I pulled this story from Reddit. Goes to show you age is not a barrier for infidelity. I will also leave a link in the description if you want to read some of the comments for this post. Me, 55 male, her, 54 female. My now wife and I dated for 6 years and have been married for 3 years. This is not either of our first marriage, but I would say it has been our best marriage. We dated for 5 years and I sold my house and moved into her house. Huh? Why would you do that? Sell your house and move into hers? What if the relationship went south? I would have at least kept the house as a rental, just in case. I am thinking from a financial standpoint. We lived together for a year, never had an argument. Everything was great. We progressed to selling her house and bought our house. We never had an argument still. We got married soon afterwards and it was perfect. Okay, in my opinion, no one has a relationship with zero arguments. That's not normal. I don't think it's healthy. We were best friends and lovers. Never a cuss word was heard. I thought I hit the lottery. It was so good until it wasn't. About 6 weeks ago, we were on vacation. Many drinks had been consumed. There it is, until it wasn't. Always watch out for that phrase in relationship stories. And of course, alcohol was involved when the truth finally came out. Classic. Conversations about past relationships ensued. I confessed to having an affair during my previous marriage. Not that affairs are okay, but it was after my wife at the time had already cheated and I knew I was leaving anyway. Also, this happened in my early 30s and I am now in my mid 50s. Well, she in turn also confessed to a long-term affair of 10 years she had during her marriage. Hold up, he had a revenge affair in his 30s and she had a 10-year affair that ended way more recently? That's not even remotely the same thing. She was in her late 40s during the affair, so it's much more recent. At first, I was like, okay, well, that's the past. We both made mistakes. Then she proceeds to tell me that this guy just texted her the week before vacation. Again, we had been drinking, we were on vacation, it was late. Wait, she's still in contact with the other guy while married to this guy, and she just casually mentions it? It didn't click in my mind until later that night when I got up to use the bathroom that she is still talking to this guy and never told me about him. Needless to say, I had a full-blown panic attack. I woke her up and started questioning her. Who is this guy? He was a colleague she saw on out-of-town jobs once or twice a year while she was married. There we go. The delayed reaction when it finally sinks in. And her answer is so suspiciously vague. A colleague she saw once or twice a year. Sure. Why didn't you ever tell me about him? He's just a friend, that's all, and I didn't want to have to tell you how I knew him. Why would you purposely hide him? Are you cheating? No, she insisted profusely that she hadn't slept with him in the 9 years we've been together. So, the story goes her and her best friend and co-worker would go out of town for work. The classic downgrade. First, he's nobody, then he's just a friend. And notice she doesn't deny sleeping with him during her marriage, just during their relationship. And I love how she specifically says 9 years, which means what? That she was still sleeping with him right up until they got together? This woman is the queen of technicalities. Well, they both had boyfriends and they both cheated during this time. Neither one of them works at the company anymore. Also, my wife says her and her boyfriend stopped after she got divorced and basically he dumped her for another woman. Go figure. But her best friend still to this day is having an affair with the same guy. We are talking 20 years now, people. Also, every year since I've known my wife, they have gone on an annual shopping trip to said town, and it's all a sham so her friend can continue her affair. Shopping trip my foot. She's been helping her friend cheat for years and lying to her husband about where they're going. And she thinks this is normal behavior. I bet money she's been meeting up with her old flame on these trips too. I have asked my wife if she has seen her boyfriend, and she admitted to once at first and now is 3 times she has seen him during these trips and in the last 9 years, but profusely denies sleeping with him. All meetings were in a public place with her friend present, and it was just food and drinks. Also, she insisted that they only communicate once every 6 months or so, and it's brief. Well, I got her phone records for the last year, and there's the trickle truth. First, it was I never saw him, then okay, once, then okay, 3 times, and of course, the friend was there as a cover, just food and drinks, sure, and communication only every 6 months. Why do I feel like the phone records are about to blow her claim out of the water? Well, you guessed it. It was much more than that. It wasn't like every day and there were 4 months with no communication. They were not consecutive months. They communicated probably 2 or 3 times a month. She did admit he asked for sex and pics, to which she says she didn't send or do. I have started counseling for myself. Called it. Why am I not surprised? 2 to 3 times a month is way more often than every 6 months. And now we find out he's been asking for sex and pics, but we're supposed to believe she turned him down every time after a 10-year affair. I'm sorry, but I'm with the husband here. This story has lots of holes. I have insisted she cut off the guy forever, and most importantly, her best friend for at least 1 year. She doesn't want to cut off her best friend. I said it's her or me, period. She also started counseling. She wants to do couples counseling, but I am not ready for that. I am utterly crushed, and mostly it's a deception. For the entire time I've known her, she has lied and deceived me. She doesn't even want to cut contact with the best friend who's been enabling all this, the one who's been helping her lie to her husband for years. That tells me everything. And now she wants couples counseling like this is a we problem. This guy has been completely gaslighted for their entire relationship. The sex almost doesn't matter. I don't know what to do. She's the best and the worst thing that has happened to me. She seems to think we will be stronger after this, and I don't know if I want to be married to someone who can lie so easily. She has made the comment of, all this because I told the truth, and I say no. All this because you lied for 9 years. All this because I told the truth. Are you kidding me? No. All this because you lied for 9 years. The manipulation is unreal. She's trying to make herself out to be the honest one when she's been living a double life their entire relationship. I don't see how he can continue. I know this was long, but thanks for listening. I feel very alone right now. Please give me some good advice. I really need it. Poor fella. 9 years of what he thought was a perfect marriage, and it turns out it was built on lies from day one. The betrayal isn't just about potential cheating, it's about the fact that their entire relationship was bogus. Remember, never let someone make a fool out of you.